Hello, I'm Gidana. I'm a DJ and music producer from Berlin. And I was asked a time ago if I can make a video how to prepare DJ routines. And I decided to make this video now. I regret I couldn't do it earlier, but now I'm here and let's go. How I start to prepare my routines. Of course, it depends for which purpose it is, and it's a difference if you just prepare a routine for a video because you want to show a video to people and to your fans maybe or listeners, or if you prepare a routine for a competition like Red Bull 3 style or DMC championships. And if you want to take part in a competition, you really have to carefully read the rules of the competition, so you adapt to the rules and you do what they expect from you in the competition. Otherwise, you just will have problems to succeed in the competition. And the first step I do is, of course, pick some music. And normally before I pick the music, I have a topic in mind. So I know, for example, it's, I don't know, blah, 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 a topic. And then I'm thinking about my music library, which I know quite well. And I know where to search for certain tracks that might fit to the topic. And then I'm just putting them together in a playlist in my DJ software. And then I'm going to listen to the music and analyze the tracks. And afterwards, I build other categories, subcategories, like which track is good for an intro, which track is good for tone play, which track might good to be for scratching. And after analyzing the tracks, I'm going to set the hot cues and thinking maybe I can loop some parts, or which effects could be good to adjust the sound to the other song. For example, if you're scratching tones, you could use, for example, different types of delay, and you have to adjust then the settings of your effects so you get the sound you want and that it sounds good. And of course, it's very important to know your DJ software very well and all the effects you can use and the features of the software. I just set some hot cues and now I can play melodies with it. Sometimes it's not, you have to be careful if you want to tone play, because sometimes the samples are not so good for it. Like, I will show you this example. You know, this is now not sounding so good. What you can do is use some effects like delay. But now it's a little bit too much. Okay, you have to just find the right you have to find the right settings of the effect. But now you can adjust the decay of the tone so it sounds good to the other beat. For example, if you play this. Yes, and when I analyze the tracks afterwards, I'm thinking which tracks might fit together and which could be a good transition, for example, together. And also musically fit together. So, or if they don't fit musically together because the key is not matching or something, then you could also use some other techniques to adjust the key of the track, like DJ softwares nowadays offer the key adjust function. You can map it to a controller, you can map it to a knob of a controller, for example, or to a fader, and then you can adjust the key on the fly. So the other track is perfectly fitting to the other track, and it sounds good. And yes, normally I build pairs of tracks at the beginning, and then I'm starting to practice those pairs and the transition between two tracks as long as I do it perfectly. And the third step then is to think about the order of the puzzle pieces I made. Like you have little puzzle pieces that you practice at first, and afterwards, after you know all the puzzle pieces very well, you start to think, oh, in which order I could put them together. Sometimes you might come to the conclusion that some parts are not fitting to any part of the parts you prepared or the puzzle pieces you prepared, but later you might have an idea how to glue them together. So don't be frustrated when you don't know immediately how to solve the problem, because I also have, it will come in the process, and then you will have an idea, oh yeah, that's the bridge between one part of the routine to the other part of the routine, and then you can change also the order in the end, and you can change also the routine and perfectionize it, like for example settings of the effects, and or maybe you found out there is another way to do it, and then you can adapt it. So yes, there are many ways, but I really recommend to prepare first the little puzzle pieces, practice them very well, because it's also proven from several research that we learn faster if we just practice small patterns and not the whole routine, for example, or if a pianist is practicing a musical piece, and if he would try to learn the whole musical piece at once, it would take him longer to learn this than just to practice every little pattern step by step. So I would also recommend this for DJ routines. Like if you have, for example, scratch parts, you scratch some tones, then just scratch and practice only this part so many times that you are able to do it without mistake. And then go to the next part and think which part might fit to this part. And if you found another puzzle piece that is fitting to this first pattern you practiced, then glue them together and then start to practice this a little bigger puzzle piece, which is a little bit bigger than the other puzzle piece you practiced before, and then just practice this puzzle piece, which is just containing the two parts. And if you are able to do this without mistake, then you can add another part, and then you just like make it bigger and bigger until you have a whole routine that you are satisfied with, and also fits into the timeline that you prepared. I hope these little tips are helping you a little bit, and also I hope it will help you to organize it faster, so you don't have to think so much time about how to practice, how to do it, how to start a routine. Really start from little steps, and then it will develop itself. The process is already to achieve the goal. So the process is really, really important, and in the end you will succeed.